My name's Rebecca Cleary. I'm the staff attorney at Decriminalized Expert. We're a national organization, and we have a state-by-state strategy on advancing the human rights and health of trafficking survivors and sex workers. As a number of other people have already said, this legislation should be pretty non-problematic. Obviously, we've had criminal laws on sexual assault for forever. But there's been this loophole in most states that has allowed someone who's in police custody or otherwise in the custody of law enforcement to not explicitly be designated as someone who's unable to give consent to sex. And from my perspective as an attorney who's an advocate for trafficking survivors and sex workers, I know from firsthand experience, from research, that these populations are especially vulnerable when they're in law enforcement custody. While things have gotten better, historically, law enforcement has kind of turned a blind eye to the victimization of both sex workers and trafficking survivors. And additionally, we know that the way that the criminal legal system operates, there can be additional serious harms for people that are already marginalized or already vulnerable. And so there's a number of other states, like in New England, New Hampshire, and Vermont have laws like this. Across the country, there's a lot. We have California, Florida, Louisiana, just off the top of my head. And so this should be a non-issue. Rhode Island needs to join the rest of the country in making sure that there's no way that there's any understanding that someone who's in the custody of law enforcement can consent to sex. The power difference is huge. The history behind it is huge. So no nonsense thing, and it makes sure that peace officers, that law enforcement are held to the same standard as citizens, and honestly held to the higher standard that they should be, because their job is to serve citizens and protect them, and they're given a greater amount of responsibility. That's all for me. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.